Hey guys, Randy here at etrailer.com. Today we're taking a look at a new marine jack from Dutton-Lainson. Now this jack really is very impressive to me. I like just about everything there is about it. Has a nice tough coat finish here on the outside. Some really good protection areas like where our tubes come together here. And I like the nice large wheel. It has a great handle on it. We're going to take a closer look at some of these features. Let's figure out if it's going to work for your application or not. Now to start with, what really stands out on this jack compared to a lot of the other marine jacks that I've handled is just the feel of the quality. It seems to be heavier. It seems to be more durable. Where our joint fits together here, where it meets our trailer, it's a little bit tighter. All in all, it's given a really good user experience. It's a marine jack that we haven't had to fumble around with too much. Now you'll notice, just like most of your other marine jacks, we're going to have a black plastic cap here to keep moisture and dust from getting down inside. Something you don't often see though, look at right here. We've got a grease zerk for our gear set and a grease zerk here that's going to work for our screw. So we're taking care of lubricating both of those mechanical mechanisms. And then if we look where the outer tube meets the inner tube, this is something I haven't seen on others. There's a plastic spacer here, or a grommet, between this outer tube and inner tube. That's going to keep dust, sand, and stuff like that from getting up and inside. I think that's going to help maintain the nice, smooth working and operation of this jack for a very long time. It's going to keep it really well protected, so you're not going to have to worry about it. Now something else that really stands out is the finish, especially on this black area here. This is the tough coat finish that they use, and I gotta tell you, it's really, really durable. It's not like what we see out of some of the other jacks that just have like a painted finish on them. Then also on our mechanical surfaces here, on our mounting plate, the hardware there, and on the inner tube, and where our wheel connects, that's all going to have the clear zinc finish on it. So those two together should do a great job and keep this jack looking just as good as it does now for a long time to come. The handle here is also something that I really like. I think overall, I'm going to say it again and again, but this jack really is superior to a lot of the marine jacks out there. Now I think the rubberized texture that we have here is going to be a lot easier to grip, especially when our hands get wet dealing with our boat. The overall length of our handle from where it comes out of our jack, it's going to be about 6 1/8 of an inch. So whether you're trying to raise or lower the trailer, it gives you plenty of leverage. It's not that difficult to operate. This is a fairly heavy boat, but it has a 1,500 pound weight capacity. So this is going to do a great job even on some of the larger style pontoon boats. Now the wheel itself is 8 inches in diameter. It's going to be about 2 inches thick. That's going to spread that energy out over a greater area. That larger diameter is going to help us get over little cracks and things like that. Generally on a wheel like this, you're looking at about 6 inches is about what they give you. And something else I like here, this is a caster, so it'll spin, but our spin point is right here. Most of your other marine jacks, it spins internally. So as you're raising your jack and it doesn't have weight on it, the old or the less expensive type, they're just going to spin and spin and spin. Whereas with this, as you jack your handle up, this is going to stay straight, and then we can adjust our wheel accordingly. That's going to ensure that we can raise our jack all the way up and keep it stored properly, and our wheels still hang down and not interfere with the side of our trailer. Now as far as the bracket mounting the jack to the trailer, it's going to be right in line with everything we see off marine style jacks. Going to have the 2 bolts here that go through the plate to the brackets on the back. Now you can see we do have 3 holes here to pick from. This is going to help us with different style trailer sizes. So we can go anywhere from like a 3-inch wide all the way up to a 5-inch. Now here you can see the jack fully extended. As you can see, it gets that tongue really nice and high up in the air. It has 12 inches of total lift. And our bracket height here is stated at 28 5/8, although ours is up at about 29. So there's just a little bit of over travel there, which is great. You're just getting a little more travel than what you expected. Now when it's time to store the jack, you remember we talked about that caster wheel being on the bottom. You'll notice, unlike most other marine jacks, that wheel doesn't spin once it comes off the ground. So we don't have to try to put our foot there and hold it. Then once we have it fully closed, or retracted rather, we can pull our pin to rotate it, but you see we still have the freedom to move that wheel in whatever position that we want. I think that's really key for getting this tucked all the way up, but still getting our wheel in the right spot. Now to release your jack into the stored position, you're just going to have the pin here. It's got a rubber coated handle on it there, easy to get a hold of, especially with wet hands. But that's going to allow us to rotate that jack down to the ready position, or back up into the stored position. And it doesn't really matter how you mount your bracket. It's going to have 4 connection holes there, so it can really be stored in any position. Now with the jack in its fully retracted position to our bracket, it's about 16 5/8. So you can see there, that's where we get that 12 inches of total travel. All in all, for most applications, this is going to go low enough and high enough, but make sure that yours falls in that range to help ensure it's going to work for your application. This is a nice solid jack. I like the upgraded coating. I like the upgrades that they've put in with our caster not being directly tied to the tube. I like the bushings that are in there. So overall, I think this is going to be a big step up from a lot of the standard marine jacks we have. And if you ask me if I'd buy this one and put it on my trailer, I definitely would. But to begin our installation process, I like to start with my backing plates already on the 2 upper bolts. You can see the bottom's going to have 4 holes, the top just has 1. So we'll have that on there, flat side in towards our trailer. Then we're going to drop that right down and over. Once that's over, we're going to take our other bolt and we'll place it in the hole that's most closely positioned to the bottom of the trailer. So in this case, we get a larger piece. We're going to go all the way down to that lower hole. Place that through the front and the back bracket there, if I can get it lined up. Once that's through, we'll slide on our lock washer. We're going to thread on a nut. Do the same thing for our other side here. And we're going to take most of the slack out of these, get them down close. Once we've got those evenly tightened by hand, we just need a 9/16 inch wrench and socket. And then we want to evenly snug these up. Then we'll just grab our torque wrench and get them torqued down. Again, you want to do this evenly. Now at that point, with everything snugged down properly, we're just going to use our jack now to take the weight off of our jack stands, is what we use to keep our tongue up. You could also do this while it was hooked to a truck. So if you don't have jack stands around, you can do it that way. All right, we'll just get the jack stands out of the way and our jack's going to be ready for use.